Hey, it works. Look at that. Hi, everybody. This is the weekly Sunday night segments where Sally and I talk over top of each other so nobody can hear a fucking thing. Here's Sally.
Hi, everybody.
You'll be listening to her for the rest of the hour because I'm tired of getting my step done over here. No, that's it. No, I'm done. You guys are reading. You're doing the readings, not me. No. Should have left me more beer.
Oh, my. Well, welcome, everybody, to our favorite hour of the week right here on Psychic Sundays Live with our friends on YouTube. And Psychic Sally Diane here and our lovely producer. And usually at the beginning of the show, for the longest time, I've been reading the emails. And we haven't been getting any. And as the producer pointed out last week, it's not really fair to those of you who wait as I do readings for somebody that emailed it hours ago, right? So
More like 20 minutes ago.
Right. And you know who you are.
Oh, yeah. It's always the same offenders.
Okay, anyhow. But I am going to...
What Sally's trying to say is there won't be any more email questions done at the beginning of the show because we feel just like if you go to the store and instead of helping you, they talk on the phone to a customer that didn't bother going to the store.
Yeah. Yep. But having said that, because we didn't put it in place last week, I am going to honor the emails this week. And that's it. Okay, guys?
I saw one.
Yes. And that one was from Cindy. And Cindy wanted to know how this week went, but she asked to see it with the runes. And we've got this nice big surface here, so it's a wonderful place to do the runes. I know that I've used them a few times. There aren't a whole lot of psychics that use them, but there are enough. If you watch Forged in Fire, you'll see runes every week because those guys come in draped with runes. But anyhow,
we've got new overhead cams, so fingers crossed it works.
Yes. So, Cindy, let's see what the runes have to say about your week. But before I do that, I want to point out, because now you guys can see everything that I have in front of me. So if you want me to use the playing cards, which are Bruce's, and this is the deck I usually use, the Scarpina Tarot. Here's the Palma Coleman Smith Tarot, and here is the Gypsy cards, and they can be a little bit sharp. And then of course there's the runes, and I love the runes. The set of runes I use are runes I've made,
and the cup is for tea readings, which Sally doesn't too, hence there's no tea in there.
No, there's a little bit of soda, and this is a gift I got from Marcy. It says Queen Bee, which of course I am. Everybody that knows me personally knows I'm the Queen of Ooga Booga. So Cindy, let's see how your week is going to go. And so anybody who's asking a question, if you prefer a certain medium, just let me know. All right. And Cindy's week is there. All right. So in the beginning, you're going to be dealing with some thorny issues. So this just feels like annoying issues that it's one of those things where it says get outside help. Don't try and tackle the problems early on in the week by yourself. Get help. Yeah. Get help from people you love. Get help from people you know. It looks like there's people around you who are willing to help. Don't do it on your own. When I look at the middle of the week, you're dealing with things regarding hearth and home. Because you have kin here, you have Othello, you have homeland. So you have kin and homeland, family home, where you put down your roots. So this might have to do with dealing with things like maybe leaseholds or leases or mortgages or something along those lines, because it really has this feeling of of legal things happening, toward the mid to the latter part of the week. Yeah, and it's not something that's out of the blue. This is something that's been expected. All right. Yeah. And at the end of the week, it shows you it shows you coughing up some money, but I think that too is expected. All right. So have a good week.
Woo! Yeah, so that's the center right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right. Wow, look at all that.
I know, there's a lot of real estate there.
I know. Okay, Sonia says
7,000 per square inch.
that's right. Sonia says, hi, everybody. Message from an angel or spirit guide, please, and thank you. All right, so usually I like to use the Rudrashka seed for that. And it's not so much about using it the way you would ordinarily use a pendulum for yes or no answers. It's just, it kind of seems to get the energies going. Maybe wake up your guides a little bit. And this is for Sonia. Okay, your guys say you know your way, but they also give me the feeling that you're going to be faced with a situation pretty soon where, sometimes it seems so convenient to tell a lie of omission. So you're not really lying, but you're also not saying what you should be saying. And so what they're saying is be honest for honesty's sake, and no lies of omission or anything like that. Make sure you tell the truth. And saying things that are true are not the same thing as telling the truth. So they're pretty insistent on that. So I think you're going to have what's it called? The universe is going to play scruples with you. Okay. So, does anybody remember that, gang? Okay, and Kangan, how will be my this week? Oh, you're this week. All right. Sure, let's take a look-see at that. Okay, Kangan. So first off, it starts out with the Nine of Wands. So it feels like somebody who's, whatever has kind of been obstructed, this feels like a breaking down of the dams, and so my guess, and I know that you've been dealing with government paperwork, but this really smacks of government paperwork. Nobody can drag their heels as much as a civil servant. No offense to all the civil servants out there. I know you're up to your ears in paperwork. Oh, good, good, good. You also have some decisions coming up this week. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I get that song in my head. Did you ever have to make up your mind? Which I know is dating me, but the idea is that they're going to say, okay, what do you want to do long term? Are you more interested in working, or are you more interested in education? And that's not a trick question. It's a sincere question. And regardless of what your answer is, there is no incorrect answer to this question, except the idea that you just need to know yourself and be sincere with your purpose and what you want to do. Okay, so, and yeah, and that works out very well for you, because the weekends with an opportunity coming through. So good for you. And Haunting Live. All right, so
No.
What?
Nope.
Nope, what?
Whatever you were just playing and saying. Nope. Haunting Life wants to know what the rest of the week will look like.
Okay. And the rest of this week, whoops. And we'll talk about that one, okay? It does seem to want to come out. And I hope it's making you smile because I think you understand the meaning of the Ace of Cups. But first off, interesting. Very interesting because I know what you're doing this week, and this is the Queen of Cups, but with what you're doing, that seems very apropos. What's going on this week because you're fixing to send the Queen of Cups on her way. There's also a reminder the Emperor is there right dead center, and the Emperor smacks of responsibility. So I think this says that this week it's important for you to kind of take charge and take responsibility. Okay, so this particular one, if you look at it, and in my deck, you've got this character here, and this character here is kind of standing at the fence yelling at all these guys down here, and they're not listening. And what it's saying is, this is a good time to listen. And that is your best bet in what's going on and how you best show your responsibility and how you best take charge. Because you are going to be put in a position of leadership, and it's more important that a leader listens. Okay, so then we talk about that Ace of Cups. And for me, the Ace of Cups is talking about, and this is separate from what's going on with you this week. This is separate from the family stuff. This is about an opportunity that comes your way, and it feels like it's kind of maybe out of the blue. It feels like out of the blue, but not out of the blue. So this is something that might have been cooking for a while, so to speak. But this looks like, oddly enough, it looks like it's going to be a really good week for you. Although I know the cards don't say so, but they don't really have to say that it's going to be a hard one for you emotionally. And we all send you positive energies.
Oh, Patty loves seeing my arm, eh?
Yes, doesn't he have a lovely arm?
Oh my God, that cup's bigger than your head.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and
Dragonflyer, the fire.
yes.
See, I do need that beer. Can't speak without it.
Aww.
Will I finally get a chance to get away this week?
Get away with what? Okay, so anyhow. Bottom. Okay, Dragonfire, let's see what the cards have to say.
Just light those two. You're right a little bit there. The other right.
Oh, gee. Yes. There we go. Okay, the answer to that, it's all right. It's like this. This is you, and it says that you are looking out to get away and you have the resources to do it. It feels like you have the time too. The problem with you is that you're having a hard time asserting yourself, and it feels like whoever is keeping you here, it feels like you're kind of being emotionally manipulated. It feels like there's a lot of it feels like there's a lot of baggage kind of being dumped on you. Well, you can't leave how dare you leave your puppy alone or with a stranger and blah 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 blah. It just really feels like somebody's making you feel like leaving for a little while is going to be a total abdication of your responsibility, and that's just bullpucky. So the answer to your question is, do I get a chance to get away this week? You do have a chance to get away, and the only problem you have is whoever it is that is making you feel guilty for actually wanting a little time to yourself.
Those bastards.
I know. So, Ashley Ann wants a reading for March. All right, Ashley. I think that's a rune reading. Hi, Eva. I hear you're doing better. It's lovely to see you here. And you can say hello to your little kitty cat. Oh. Can I get a reading for March? Ashley Ann for March. Oh, there it is. Oh. So March starts out pretty good. So I think like March 1st, great day. Some of the things that are on your agenda for March, there's travel. You're winding up some kind of a project, or maybe it's just the end of a semester or something, but it does feel like something's winding up here. But you've got harvest and wheat right next to it, which is money. So early March, you get something that's a long awaited thing. That's probably an income tax return.
Look at that.
And then a little bit of a surprise, which is awesome. You look at the middle of March, and it does look like things can change rapidly. It feels like you have a relationship around you that's healthier than you expected in March. So in mid-March, this is a good time to focus on the people that the universe puts right in front of you, because they're the ones that are going to be the most important. That's interesting, because you have Pertho here, and a lot of times Pertho, it's dice cup, but sometimes, a lot of times, especially with women, it feels like it's associated with pregnancy. And I'm not sure if that's what it is, because you also have Isa, which is ice over it. And you have Ken, which is family, next to it. I really feel like toward the end of March, you've got something medical going on there. You've got some sort of a body thing happening there. So, if you feel a little sick, then pay a little visit to the doctor. I do not like to get involved in medical stuff at all, and I'm not going to speculate on what I'm seeing, other than to say, if toward the end of March you feel ill, go see a doctor. Okie dokie.
Hey, by the middle of March, you feel ill, go see a doctor. You don't have to wait till the end.
That's right.
If you feel ill, or if you think you might need stitches because you fell and hit your head and you have a concussion, but you don't know because you just woke up, go to the hospital.
All right. Oh.
Joanne wants to go to Honolulu.
Joanne actually says, will it be in my best interest to take a trip to Honolulu? It might be in your best interest to buy 2 tickets and fly me with you to Honolulu. Just kidding. Okay. Joanne wants to go. He's looking at me.
I'll send you to Honolulu. You won't even need a visa.
To the moon, Alice. All right.
The VA can send your pension right there.
Yeah. All right.
Can you like do something more like, look at this. You see all that gap? Balance that out.
There. Now, trip to Honolulu. Boy, that sure does sound like fun, doesn't it?
I'd rather go to Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba sounds like fun too.
Less violent.
Food's good.
Rum's cheap.
Okay. Trip to Honolulu for Joanne.
That card's partially covered up.
Oh, is it? Oh, yes, it is. Somebody's fat face is there. There we go. See the cards. Okay. Okay, so this, if it will be in your best interest, it will not only be in your best interest, it's also in your best interest to figure out a way to pay for it on your own. And I just say that because I do feel like there's it's being offered to you with a lot of strings attached. And I don't think that you need a strings attached kind of holiday, especially since you can swing this on your own. And you can find the funds, you can find the way, you can find the deals to get there on your own. And that in and of itself will be a bit of a victory. So the answer to that is yes. Pay for it yourself. Okie dokie.
Okay, that was for Joanne. Next we have Suzanne. No, she didn't ask a question.
Yes, Suzanne, it is a wide view of my space.
Less than a meter above the table. Those cell phone cameras, the lenses are a little bit too wide.
Okay.
Manifest 888 wants to hear from guides.
Okay, so Manifest 888 wants to hear from their guides.
Mizrak Bayin, yes, you can have a reading, but please ask a question. We do not do general readings here because that's a reading you want to pay for.
Yes. Okay. Manifest 888. Interesting. Okay, so Manifest 888. I'm just wondering because it feels like you're already in touch and there's already strong communication between you and your guides because they're pointedly telling me that. So I don't know what it is you want me to tell you that they haven't already told you. But that's exactly what they're telling me. And I'll tell you, I'm trying to get that pendant to move, and I can actually feel in my hands where they're holding it still. So I have a feeling that you're already in touch with your guides. So, but I am happy to answer a question for you. So, could you ask me a question, please? Thank you.
Welcome, Glenifa. Glenifa wants to know about love in the next 2 weeks. Well, those two are two separate questions. Let's see if Glenifa has any kind of love for the year.
Well, yeah, that's right, Glenifa. I mean,
2 weeks. You just can't. No. It's not a slot machine.
yeah,
If it were, you just show up with a roll of quarters, and when you're done, you go home happy.
yeah,
I mean, you're still disappointed, but you'll be happy because you went and played.
yeah.
But you're still going home alone.
Yeah, if you're looking for a relationship, you're looking for something that takes more than 2 weeks. But let's see about you and Glenifa and relationships. Let's see if there's any advice in the cards about that. Just that in general. I think that's a great thing for you to be looking at right now. Actually feels like you're looking in the right direction there. But it doesn't feel like you need to be in a hurry, hon. You just need to be clear on what you want. And that is in what kind of a life you want and what you want out of life. And then the universe can send you somebody compatible with that. Oh, the moon. The moon is secretive, but it's also romantic. Let's see what card we have here. The Three of Cups, but it's the Three of Cups reversed. So it makes me wonder if you haven't been a bit of a commitment phobe. Oh yeah. Okay. So this kind of caps it off right here because this is an idea of lovers games, and they're purposely putting 1, 2, 3 there, and so that they're saying it takes more than 2 weeks for something really real to build, but maybe you can enjoy every step along the way instead of wanting to go to alpha to omega right away. Okay. So relax, put on some lipstick, smile.
Leave the house. Let me get closer to the microphone. Leave the house.
Yes. Don't worry about getting married in the next 2 weeks. Just worry about enjoying the air and gravity for the next 2 weeks. Okay.
Okay. Well, what we got to enjoy now is pick a card. Welcome back for another exciting edition of Pick a Card, this time for the week of February 26, 2024. This is Sally Diane, and she's going to draw the cards and do the readings, and here we go.
Okay, and welcome back, everybody who's returning. And welcome if this is your first time out. I'd really like it if you would press like and subscribe, of course, just like every YouTube channel. So, which card are you going to choose for the week? Is your tarot card number 1? Is it card number 2? Or is it card number 3? Actually, I think I'm going to put that card aside as a final thought for the week for everybody. And card number 3 is over here. There we go. So, which card did you pick? Did you pick card number 1? Card number 2, or card number 3? If you pick card number 1, then your tarot card for the week is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is a not a nice card. It's a card of gossip and toxic people and toxic relationships. And I see it as a warning for the week to avoid toxic people. You may have to, figure out how to put a barrier between yourself and toxic people, because it feels like you've got a lot of not just gossips, but a lot of people who just, for some reason, this week brings out the mean people in your life, flat out. So keep your eyes open and your wits about you, and don't let yourself be manipulated. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then you pick the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups, particularly my Eight of Cups, is a rather romantic card. You know, it's this idea of being with each other and choosing romance, something that will get you past all the challenges, that the little challenges and the little annoyances that life hands you. So it feels like this week is going to be full of those kind of little annoyances, little things that get on your nerves, but in the big picture, a relationship in your life goes well. So overall, there's nothing big. Like my Southern mother used to say, don't sweat the small stuff. And then there was DJ in Detroit that used to say, it's all small stuff. And I wish I could remember his who that was. If you remember who that was, put it down below. Okay. So last but not least, did you pick card number 3? Well, if you picked card number 3, then your tarot card for the week is a Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, romantic knight, the Sir Lancelot. And in this particular card, for some reason, it's Rasputin too. So you do have somebody who is charming and good-humored who will help you out this week. If you're starting a romantic relationship, that person may indeed be more romantic this week, but this is a week where somebody is going to fill that role of Prince Charming and help you out and stand up for you. And you deserve it. So have a good week. And I do remember that we had a card come flying out, and I put it aside because I said I was going to put it out as a general message for everybody this week. So the message for everybody from the cards has to do with King of Wands, but it's the King of Wands reversed. And the King of Wands reversed, he can be a little bit brutish. He appears to be in charge, but he's not in control. So the message for everybody, and it does seem like this is a week for some reason that the leaders around you are going to be a little wiggy, I guess, because it feels like the cards are saying, make sure that you threaten authority, because that being in power but not in control. So this is an overall bigger message that even if somebody is in power, don't exactly take their word for it this week. Okay, and as always, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week for another episode of Pick a Card.
Okay, all right.
So
I just found out that the cobweb in the corner is Sally's meditation point. And we have a lot of spiders around here. They live in the attic, and that's where they give birth to hundreds more.
Oh my goodness.
Little tiny spiders everywhere.
Yep. Well, and that's so true. I usually, when I do these readings, and I can't see you, so I need like a kind of a meditation point. When I was at the radio station, there was a little poster, and it was like up on the wall, so I always look up, and it had a picture of Fred Flintstone, and it had a caption saying, "Remember, these are your listeners." And this time around for tonight, it's the cobweb here, and every time the heat turns on, it just kind of moves just a little bit. So
I don't think there's anything that personifies the you'll keep it stupid simple moniker than a picture of Fred Flintstone.
oh, those were really great days. I did that I did a radio show with Early Shirley, and I'll tell you, I wonder whatever happened to him. I'd really love to hear from him. Anyhow, let's get
Sarah
back to
B. Hello, Sarah B.
Hi.
If I work in trading, will it be successful for me? Well, Sarah, define what successful is for yourself.
Okay, so
Because what's successful for me and for Sally and for our viewers does not necessarily mean that that's what's successful for you. It's a really subjective term. If you just talk about financial success, yes, will that make you happy? Hell no.
let's see what the cards have to say.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, but excellent advice, and that really cuts through a lot of the perspective. Okay, interesting. I'm wondering if you're starting life as a single mother or something along those lines, because it shows me first and foremost that you're starting out from this idea of getting on your feet and going into survival with maybe a little bit more on your shoulders than you've ever had before.
For those of you who can't read that, that's the Four of Cups.
Yes.
Don't tell them.
Oh, yes. And so this is the Four of Cups, and here's the Six of Cups. One thing, it's not just a number that goes up, but it's also the number of people that go up. So in your now, it feels like you have a lot more people coming into your life, and you're having to deal with a lot more people. And I'm getting this vision of, like, with the marionette, they have one set of strings to deal with, and they have two, and the more puppets there are, and so it's kind of like you have more players on your chessboard. So you are going into a politically complex place, and there is this idea that it is the Six of Cups, not the Seven of Cups. So it does have that idea that you just need to sort out what's what and who's who. And you're certainly capable of it. And, speak of the devil, and there he is, 4, 6, 7. And that's the idea of, it's the illusion confusion card. Card. And what this says to me, as far as what you're doing, you're getting into some place where you're dealing with clients, but you always have to deal with your clients on an individual basis if you want to stay successful. And it feels like wherever you're working for is going to try and give you these homogenous formulas that work on the average, but it's not your customers. So always remember that you know your customers, and always have that little bit of individuality, because that's what's going to make you successful.
All right, to clear things up here for Mizrak Diane. The reason we don't do general readings is because they take too long, and we would like to give as many people a chance to ask a question and get that question answered as possible. It does not have to be a yes or no question. Any old question will do. Just not a general reading. If you really do want a general reading, you can call the numbers and make an appointment. You can send an email and make an appointment, and we will gladly get a general reading for you. But that is not why we're here tonight. We're here for 1 hour to answer people's questions. Okay. Rosa wants to travel to several countries this year. Will she?
I know, that sounds pretty exciting. Okay, Rosa and travel this year. Let's see what cards have to say.
For our American viewers, Europe is not a country.
And I get the visual of the Two of Wands, and that's like a merchant looking over the seas. Coins, Three of Swords. Okay, you asked how many countries. You're going to go to 3 of them, and you'll have saved up for them, and you'll have your travelers insurance. You'll have all your ducks in a row. But for some reason, it will end up that you only visit 2. It's kind of like, you're a very organized person. You'll do things very well, but you just can't. There's always something that you have to deal with on the fly, and that'll come up in your travels. So you will get to see 2 countries.
Yes, thank you, Patty and Marcy, for reminding me. I forgot to turn my mic on there. I was turned it off while I was coughing. It doesn't have a little glow in the red button there, so nothing like that. Anyhow, hello, Olga Slade. Welcome to the channel. Type in your question, and we'll get to you and answer that.
Okay, and Melissa, this is interesting. Does my mother-in-law Bonnie have a message for her son? Well, let's see. That's very kind of you to reach out like that. Okay, so. Okay, your mother-in-law, the first thing she says is that you're reaching out to her on behalf of her son because her son wouldn't. And furthermore, she says that if there's a message for her son, it's that he has it in him to be kind. And she would wish that he would show that a little bit more. I think that he kind of, when things don't quite go his way, he leads with his anger, and that's not getting him very many places. Okay, so yeah, just tell him to be kind. Like my Southern mother used to say, keep your words soft and sweet. You may have to eat them tomorrow. Get that little cross stitch, put it in his office. All right.
Yeah, but being a Southern mother, you know that food was covered in butter.
Oh, she made the greatest Johnny cake.
Anywho, Sahia, will I buy a new house soon? Well, we'll find out, Sahia.
And if anybody here hasn't subscribed, well, why not? Go ahead, subscribe, and like the show. How's Sahia and a house.
And if you don't like to throw stuff at your screen, it'll make it better.
No, if you don't like the show, then give it a thumbs down. Okay.
No, but seriously, folks, if you really hate the show, hit Alt F4.
All right, so I'm pretty sure that the short answer to that is yes. The thing of it is that it says you're not going to get everything you wanted. And when I see this Page of Swords, I kind of get this silver-tongued devil kind of thing happening. So read the contracts. I mean, read every word. Yeah, it just feels like, yes, you can get it, and it does show you moving soon. But I'm just a little worried about, you getting hidden charges or or something along those lines. So take your time and read every word. I know I do. It annoys the snot out of them, but
What?
what?
Oh. So did we miss Melissa's question?
Oh, I took out the Rudrashka seed, Melissa.
Oh, yeah, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
Da. Susie wants to know how her week's going to be and provide any guidance. Susie, it sounds like you want a full reading.
Oh, we'll just see what you need to know this week. Again, you know how to get a full reading. And I really love it when you guys make an appointment to see me. It gets me a chance to see you guys on screen and kind of get a voice and a face behind the questions. Okay. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good week. And I know you've been waiting a long time for a job offer. It looks like it's coming through. You've got some pretty positive cards, girl. So, yeah, eat your Wheaties, take your Geritol. Make sure you get to bed early so you're nice and rested. So you got something coming through. Very good.
And just to clarify for everybody, we do not charge for readings. There's no tipping. There's no super chat. There's no donations, anything like that. The readings are free. If you want to give us money, buy a reading.
That's right.
It's the best thing we can do.
Yeah. And visit the website, SallyDiane.com. I will be making some changes. I'll be adding more about the Psychic Soul Sisters. Also, coming up, and I know I talked about this last week, and it will be happening, I'm not sure when, sometime in the spring, that we will be getting into cold crime cases, and we will be doing that with the Georgia contingent, who will be putting together the story, and I will be reading the story, or hopefully one of them will read the story, and then afterwards I will do a reading on the cold case, and we'll see what we can find out. If you want me to do anything else, if you have any other suggestions for the channel going forward, please send us an email to info@sallydiane.com, and we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to hear your suggestions. So on with the show.
Oh, there's a show?
Sure.
All right. Did you do Susie's?
I'm pretty sure I did,
yeah.
yes.
MBBBST, will I meet M in Dubai?
Ooh.
He's under the W.
You know that movie was so it started out so good, and if it would have been halfway through at the 1 hour mark, we would have been fine. Okay, it wasn't even.
So we're talking about the 1960s classic. It's a mad, 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 mad world, which back in its time was hilarious, but it did not hold up well at all. It definitely did not need the 3 hour extended version. I don't know what they were thinking.
But it was nice to see the Mojave Desert. I used to live out in 29 Palms.
And anybody that's seen the movie will understand it's under the W.
Yes.
Anyhow, will MBBST meet M in Dubai?
Okay. There is
You're not doing a reading, are you?
Well, yes, I am. I was going to suggest that M might want to find some Kiffy. I'm just not sure where you'd find it. but scented kiffy oil would help you. Will I meet M in Dubai? Looking good. I'm assuming this is a romantic thing. Yeah. Yeah. I really can't say anything else. I mean, if you ask, is it going to be passionate? Is it going to be good? Yeah, but it is going to be exactly what you expect.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah. Well, people get hung up on the Fool card, but that's such a good card that I have a tattoo that goes from here all the way to here based on that card. And the idea of the lion hanging off his leg is that, that it's life's hardships that push us along and get us to where we're going. And the same is true for you. You wouldn't be in the position to go to Dubai in that if things hadn't happened to you. But the things that are happening and things that are pushing you into this, your guys are pushing you to romance. Apparently that's what you need. Cool. Very cool. Send us a postcard.
All right, and our next question is from Suzu. Susie wants to know what's coming up the next 3 months. Well, Susie, I guarantee you it'll be pedals. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
That is perfect. Wait a second. Oh, okay. So I'm trying to see where's Zuzu.
You just... Oh, I'm trying to scroll with my mouse on your screen.
Oh.
Right there.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay, so... Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. Got it. Zuzu. Well, that is a paid reading level topic. And when we talk paid reading, those are readings that go 25, 55 minutes. But what? How about we look at just what you need to know next, what you need to know the most as you go forward into the next 3 months. That I can do with a 3-card spread. Okay, so what does Susu need to know the most? Okay, first off, be willing to embrace joy. Be willing to make future plans. Be willing to make plans for the summer. Keep in mind that you're in charge of your own life. The Queen of Wands is definitely a powerful queen and an assertive queen. And this is a time for you to be assertive and optimistic. Well, what you need to know most about the next 3 months is even if you don't see what's directly in front of you all the time, be willing to set your goals high. Be willing to go after what you really and truly want. And be willing to take a chance. Be willing to dance on a cliff or two. Metaphorically speaking, of course. So that is what you need to know most. And if I was to go through the cards and pick out 3 cards, at least one of them would be one of these cards. Those are really positive cards.
And next we have Mary Ann, who wants a reading for March. What does Mary Ann need to know?
Okay. So, what does Mary Ann need to know the most? Okay, Marianne, what you need to know the most for March is that there is a competitive thing happening around you. And it's got to be subtle because it's not something you can directly put your finger on, but it does feel that around you there is this competition for position and power. And center you have the strength. I know it says force, but it's actually the strength card. But it's the strength reversed. And the strength right side up talks about having a great deal of confidence. Enough that you can walk up to a wild animal and put your hand in its mouth and it will let you because you're confident, because you have that much confidence. So that's no fear, but it's reversed. So it feels like if there's anything you need to know, it's you should not let somebody play mind games on you and undermine your confidence. And that's going to be one of the things that happens in the competitive situation you're in. Also, another thing you need to know is make sure you take time for yourself in March. Take time to have a romantic dinner. Take time to enjoy your loved ones. So it feels like it's going to be a very busy month, and it's going to be real easy to get yourself so emotionally involved in what you're doing at work or emotionally involved in career or politics that you overlook your loved ones. You don't want to do that. Okay. Happy March to you.
Well, it's 10 o'clock.
Oh my goodness.
We have a lot of questions left.
Oh dear.
What do you want to do?
How do you feel?
Well, let's finish Benafra's question here. She got in a long time ago, and see what we got there.
Okay, so
From Benafra, what can I expect from my new manager at work, as it has started a bit rocky between us? Well, let's see what the cards say about Benafra's manager.
yeah, it doesn't feel like it's it doesn't feel like it's irresolvable. It feels like even though you did get off on the wrong foot, if you just step back and you try and see things through the manager's eyes, you may look at things a little bit different and do things a little bit different. Okay, so he was behaving badly, but it's a situation that requires you to understand. Right, so that's right off the top. That's what one of the things I see. But I'm still going to just give you a few cards because you did look, you did ask, and how many more? Oh, we have a lot more.
What I picked up is that this manager is used to having people blow smoke up his ass, so you might need to go and buy a bigger bellows.
Okay. Yeah, and it is like you need to find the right approach to this guy.
Bigger bellows.
Well, the thing of it is that all she needs to do is look around and see how everybody else has approached this guy, because they've all done it the wrong way. So try and see things from his perspective a little bit more and make changes. It's almost like if with just a little bit of insight, you can almost seem to read his mind. He's not that hard to understand.
All right.
Okay, so
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Margaret Tunkara, will I get the job I applied for last Friday?
oh, congratulations.
Yes, you will, but you won't hear for another 2 weeks.
Okay. So let's see what else we got here.
Olga Slade, what can you see for me in my successes? I'm not quite sure I understand that question. Do you? It's really generic.
Yes.
Does it?
Wait, oh, there it is. What can you see for me in my successes? It is, okay. You know,
I'm sorry, Olga. Your question doesn't make. It's a little.
let's just
We're
ask
not
you.
quite sure what you're asking. That's what it
Yeah,
comes down
we're
to.
gonna see what you, we're just gonna see what you need to know most, Olga. And hopefully we don't get the Seven of Cups. We all know that's the illusion delusion card.
Is
Well,
that when you think you're going to be successful, but you have to get out of bed first?
well, kind of can't see the forest for the trees. Okay, so you got the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups telling me that, okay, the Five of Cups is saying that you win some, you lose some. And the Five of Cups is reminding you that the universe will always give you, the universe may take things from you, but will always leave you enough to move forward. So always take a glass half full, be an optimist, always.
Olga has come back to clarify a question.
Yes.
It's about being her own boss. Will she be successful at being her own boss?
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Is win some, lose some. Because when you're your own boss, when you're not your own boss, you think that they're the ones that are truly free and have all the say so in the world, and then you end up being your own boss and having employees and realizing that your employees go home and they don't have to worry about business stuff, and they're guaranteed their paycheck, but I'm not, kind of thing. So that there is that win some, lose some. But there also is that world. So you do have it in you to start a business of your own, and you do have it in you to be successful. I think that reminder at first is be willing to compromise and be willing to accept the fact that it's not always going to be, not everything's going to be a victory. And also, it reminds you that when you're at the top of the heap, when you're the boss and you're the business owner, the competition is still there. It's just a bit nastier. Okay, so that is the answer to your question. You've got the world dead center, so your success is right in your court. It's in your hands. Nothing's ever guaranteed, because even if the cards say you should have everything, which it does with the world, you can still screw it up.
You're very welcome. Everybody, you're very welcome. You can put the cards down now, Sally.
Okay, and thank you everybody for tuning in, and we hope to see you again next week. Again, send me an email to tell me, to make any suggestions about things that you would like me to do videos on. Now that I'm retired, I will be doing more videos. Since we're doing a cold case videos coming up, if there's any cold cases that you would like us to look at, let us know. And what? Facebook. We are on Facebook. There is the Clairvoyant Psychic Sally Diane Facebook page. Okay. And we will be back again next Sunday at 9 o'clock for another episode of Psychic Sundays. Have a great week. Bye-bye.